Lieber, Ben White, can you give us an update on those three?
Yeah, with Miles, there is nothing serious on the scan, so it will be a matter of, today have a meeting with the medical staff, we have a training session, whether it's too early or not, and with Willie, something similar as well. I think definitely be in for next week, this week, and let's see how it goes.
Right, we've got an update for you just into us on Vinicius Junior's future, and Real Madrid will hold further talks with his representatives about his future this week. Those discussions will centre on finding an agreement over a new long-term... Sky Sports News has been told that Real Madrid's proposed deal to sign Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig has no bearing on Vinicius' situation. Manager Jose Mourinho wants to keep him, and the club want him to sign new terms.
Mikel Arteta there talking live on Good Morning Transfers. Most clear and direct we have heard Mikel Arteta on Arsenal's much talked about search for a striker. Just worth reminding you, I think, exactly what he said there. If we can get the right player, we are actively looking. It is clear in this period that when they lost Saka and Jesus, ideally we need some help, but he did...
Hello everybody and welcome along to Transfer Talk.
Caveat that with, we have to do what is right for the club. I think that the key word that stands out there from the quote from Arteta was, it is clear. I mean, it's not just me, it feels like the most clear and direct we've heard Arteta talk about, yeah, we need this striker in.
Very, very direct from Mikel Arteta, and it's been glaringly obvious what Arsenal need to do in terms of reinforcements. They didn't do that business in the summer. Obviously, they brought in Raheem Sterling on loan, but he hasn't really contributed. And I think it's an overcorrection right now from Arsenal. When I look back to the transfer window last summer, when they brought in defensive reinforcements, they brought in David Raya, they brought in...
on whether or not it is a necessity. He believes it's a necessity in this window. I think in previous press conferences and when we've heard from Mikel Arteta previously, he has very much praised the squad as a whole and the squad's involvement in goals and what they could do as a squad if, as you say, Leandro Trossard, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, if they all could provide more goals, they would be okay until the man comes in the summer, that big name signing that they fundamentally need. For Arsenal, I think it depends on just how much they want out of this season and whether or not they think they are still in with a shout of the...
Arsenal are generating huge excitement among supporters after Vinicius Junior and Bruno Guimaraes were reportedly welcomed by their new teammates as they arrived with the squad in Ireland. The Brazilian stars were said to have received a warm reception as preparations continued ahead of Arsenal's upcoming pre-season fixtures. The arrival of Vinicius Junior and Bruno Guimaraes has immediately added another layer of anticipation around Mikel Arteta's squad. Both players are regarded as elite talents, and their reported presence alongside Arsenal's established stars has sparked plenty of discussion among fans about what the team could achieve in the new campaign. Arteta will be particularly interested in getting his new-look squad comfortable with his tactical ideas. Training sessions during pre-season provide an important opportunity for new arrivals to understand their teammates, develop chemistry, and adapt to the manager's demanding style of football. Arsenal supporters have been hit with another huge transfer update this afternoon, and the latest developments have sparked fresh excitement around the Emirates. The Gunners continue to be linked with a major move for Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, with reports suggesting that Arsenal are determined to strengthen their midfield and add another world-class player to Mikel Arteta's squad. The Brazilian international has been one of Newcastle's most important players, making him a highly attractive target for Arsenal. His technical quality, energy, defensive ability, and experience in the Premier League would make him an ideal addition to Arteta's midfield. The big talking point is whether Arsenal can finally reach an agreement with Newcastle. Reports surrounding negotiations have created huge anticipation among supporters, with some claims suggesting that a major breakthrough could be approaching. However, Arsenal fans should remain cautious. While the transfer situation is developing rapidly, an accepted final agreement should not be treated as official until Arsenal, Newcastle, or a reliable source confirms it. If Arsenal were able to complete the signing, Guimaraes could provide another powerful option alongside players such as Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. His arrival would give Arteta even greater flexibility and could significantly strengthen Arsenal's ability to compete across the Premier League and Champions League. For Newcastle, meanwhile, losing their captain and one of their most influential midfielders would be a major decision. That is why negotiations could prove complicated, particularly if Arsenal make a serious attempt to take the Brazilian away from St James' Park. The coming hours and days could therefore be extremely important.